In every city and in every street, there is someone who is quietly working to build their wealth. You might not usually notice them because they are not going to wear designer clothes or labels or drive luxury cars as we see on the TV. There are people who have very simple homes, they live a very modest life, and yet these are people who are truly wealthy. And this is what this particular book is talking about. Because the story of this particular book is talking about those individuals, the ones that are called Millionaire Next Door, by Thomas Stanley and William Danko. This book is essentially not about overnight success or flashy lifestyles. It's about the art of building wealth, long-term, looking at prosperity. So let's take some time to see what this particular book tells us about the people that are called millionaires next door, and see if there are any lessons that we could learn from this particular book. So the authors in this particular book, they conducted a study and they looked at people who built wealth from ground up. They didn't look at those who built from inheritance or luck, but they looked at those that were focusing on habits and discipline. And what they found in this particular book was quite interesting. Because what they found is that the millionaires they studied, they don't always live in mansions or they don't always wear luxury brands. They are often small business owners, professionals, or workers who have built their financial independence, which is quite interesting. And the more they did their study, they also found that the people who are in this category, they value freedom over flash, they spend less than they earn, and they invest the difference year in and year out. And what's more fascinating is that you can actually be living right door to a person that falls in this particular category. Because according to the authors and what they found, the real wealth doesn't always announce itself. It grows quietly behind ordinary doors and in ordinary lives, which is quite interesting because it's a departure from what at least I believed and what I also see being shown on TV. And if there is one word that I think captures some of the things that are captured in the book, is to be frugal. So now being frugal does not really mean being stingy or making sacrifices. In this particular book, it means making a deliberate choice about spending where it counts and saving where it doesn't count. And this is new because in a world that constantly says we have to buy more, we have to upgrade to impress, the book itself says we have to be content and we have to invest and we have to focus. See, it's a mindset shift. And being frugal is not about how little you spend. It's about how much purpose your spending carries. So you're now a conscious spender. You're not just spending anyhow. It's about choosing long-term peace over short-term pleasure. And that mindset transcends culture, transcends currency, and whether you earn your money in dollars, rupees, yen, or pounds, this principle applies when it comes to this particular book. And according to the authors again, they argue that wealth grows when we stop trying to look rich and we start learning to live smart, which is, again, a departure from what's the conventional wisdom at the moment. The other thing they looked at is time, energy, and money, and they discovered that there is a deeper relationship here. Because for them, true millionaires don't just manage their money, they also manage their time and their energy. And they understand that time is the ultimate currency, according to the authors in this particular book. And they use it wisely to learn, to build, to rest, and to nurture relationships. So they are managing time as a way of also managing their money, which is interesting. They focus their energy, these millionaires, they focus their energy on what truly matters and not, again, impressing on others, but on improving themselves. No matter where you live, you understand that this particular lesson, I think, applies to you. And the understanding, again, is that money can multiply, but time cannot, which is something that we all can agree. And if we spend our best hours chasing appearances, we lose both wealth and peace, which is what these people are trying to avoid. And in this book, the richest people aren't those who have the most, but they are the ones who use what they have with the greatest intention. So it's that element of being a conscious spender, and an element of intentionality. The more you read this particular book, is the more you start to realize that this is more than a financial book. It's a reminder that wealth builds quietly, patiently, and with purpose. And wherever you are in the world, it's a message that rings true to you. If you live simply, at least the authors argue, and you work wisely, and you spend mindfully, maybe you may find yourself in this particular category. Because according to the author, the real goal isn't for you to be the next millionaire next door, but to start to think like one and live a life of quiet abundance where you maximize on things that matter to you, which again is the true definition of freedom according to this book. Thank you so much for watching this video, and see you in the next one where I'm going to be reviewing another book.